up, guys? I'm Paul. This is Pauling Theology. I'm back, man, and we are in Jonah. We just started Jonah. This is the second episode, and it's pretty good. It's pretty good. But then every book of the Bible is good. Well, we are on Jonah chapter 1, verse 4 through 6. If you haven't read it, man, go ahead and stop the tape. Check it out, read it, come back, and we'll discuss the 4 questions. If you have, let's waste no time. Let's get into it. What is Jonah chapter 1, verses 4 through 6 talking about? Well, earlier we saw Jonah ran. Jonah ran from the Lord. And so now we're going to see the consequences of that running. It says that the Lord hurled a mighty storm, a great wind on the sea, and it became a great storm on the sea. And it says in the ship considered breaking up. That's what the words in Hebrew says. It considered breaking up. It contemplated breaking up. Man, that's insane. And then it says, and the sailors were afraid, and they called out each one to their God. And it says they even threw off their luggage off the ship to try and make the load lighter. And Jonah, what'd he do? He went down to the center of the ship and just took a nap, man. He went into a deep sleep. And it said the captain, the captain of the sailors, man, went to him and said, "What are you doing sleeping, man?" He's like, "Get up, call on your God, man, and maybe he will save us, dude." It says maybe we won't perish. So what we got here is Jonah during this incredible storm just sleeps. he just sleeps, man. Now, we know it's an incredible storm because these are sailors, man, hard men to the sea, and they understood the ways of the waters. And I'm sure storms come and they see it and they're like, "Oh, we got to do this, got to do that." But this storm was a particular one that probably came upon them super fast, and they didn't have a way in which they could navigate around it. Or it's just such a great storm, such an incredible and powerful storm. They were afraid, man. Not only were they afraid, but they had to call on their gods. And then not only did they call on their gods, they was like, "Dude, we got to wake this other cat up. Jonah, man, go down there and tell him to call on his God because this storm is insane and it is not ceasing." So Jonah is asleep like a baby in the middle of the boat, bottom of the boat, while these men who are hardened sailors, even the captain, are afraid for their lives, man. And we know that this tempest, this storm came from God. It said he caused a wind to come across the matter of fact, said he hurled a wind. And it's funny because they start using the same word again. God hurled the wind, the men hurled their luggage. And later on, we're going to see that they're going to hurl Jonah off the boat. So God hurled this wind, man. The effect of what God does, it's a chain effect. Things happen, man. The storm came. And then the men feared. But Jonah went to sleep. Well, what's this got to say about God? What's this got to say about God? Well, obviously, it's going to say that God is sovereign over all of creation. I mean, he caused the storm by bringing a wind. That means he is able to manifest storms at his desire, at his will. So that's the first thing I think we can get from that. But I think the second thing is that when we run from God, he ain't going to let it sit. Nah, when we run from God, he's not going to just be like, "Okay, I'll try something else." Nah, man. He cares enough about the people that he wants the message to go to, because oftentimes I think we think about Jonah in this situation, man. He wants Jonah back so much, but he also wants the message that he said he wanted conveyed to the Ninevites to still be conveyed. He wants that message to be told. So first off, I think that's something, man. And also, it's not only that, but I think that God still desires his people to be a part of his family. When we saw that he said he ran from the face of the Lord. And we discussed that a little bit and talked about maybe that just means that he gave up service to God. He's like, man, I'm done. Whatever it is you're trying to do with these Ninevites, God, Jonah was like, I'm through with it, man. Well, God ain't through with him. And so he hurled this storm at him to get his attention. What about man? What's it say about man? We got some foxhole prayers, don't we? We got all these men, man, that are crying out to their gods because of they're scared. When we get in dire straits, when we're in situations where we can't handle it, we call out to everything. And then the last resort, I guess you could say, the captain of the guard went down there and called out to Jonah, to the one true God. Isn't that like us, huh? We be calling out to everything in the world, money, power, friends, clout, all of these things, influence, man. And then when those fail us, we call out to God. We call out to the Creator who can throw storms. How are we going to apply these things? Well, I think we should look at the sovereignty of God and then submit to it. I think we should apply that, like recognize that God is sovereign over everything. And so let's go ahead and just submit ourselves to him. And then I think the next thing is that when we find ourselves in a situation where it's difficult and hard, man, let's lean on Jesus. Let's trust in God in these situations rather than trying to trust in our own might and strength or the strength and the might of others. Now, the strength and the might of others is not bad to use, but it's like, where are we going to first? Is God the last resort? Is God the last step? You see, going to a friend could be a step under the understanding that those people have guidance and understanding from God, making God the first step. But what is your first step when you find yourself in difficult situations? I got to ask myself the same question. What's my step? Anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and apply those things to our lives, man. And I will see you in the next episode, guys.